Hey everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my detailed review and install of the Gibson split rear catback exhaust system featuring the aluminized steel material. It is designed to fit your 2015 and newer Super Crew F150 with a 5.5-foot bed powered by that 5-liter Coyote engine. In typical exhaust review fashion, we're gonna cover some big topics here when you guys are shopping for your system. I'm gonna break down the sound you can expect from the Gibson dual split rear exit system. We're briefly gonna cover the materials and construction from this very affordable system. And then finally, we will quickly talk you through the install itself. And again, if you have a Super Crew F150 with a 5.5-foot bed, this is gonna be a bolt-on modification, no cutting, no permanent modification needed. 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter with some more detail later on. So the Gibson that I have in this video is going to be a great choice for the 5-liter truck owner out there who wants to go with one of the most affordable dual split rear exit systems available on the site, and one that will give your 5-liter heater just a little bit more bark without being too crazy or over the top. Now, it's also worth pointing out that this system will be backed by a limited lifetime warranty, which kind of is a rare thing when you're talking about a value or entry-level catback like this that typically doesn't utilize the best material when it comes to corrosion resistance. So with all that said, let's dive a little deeper into this Gibson. So one of the big things I do want to nail here is that this is going to be a very affordable catback, and one that, in my opinion, will be competing directly with the MBRP Installer Series dual split exit system, both of which are priced in the low $400 price range. And that is one of the calling cards when talking about Gibson as a whole. They produce a number of different catback systems for a wide variety of vehicles, and they're all priced very competitively or very affordably, despite the nice materials, build quality, and fitment. And a lot of times too, you're also getting that limited lifetime warranty, which is something every company doesn't offer. But let's talk sound a little bit here with the dual exit system from Gibson, and honestly guys, this thing just sounded solid. The Coyote engine sounds good. It's hard to make it sound bad, let's be honest, but the Gibson just kind of increases that already healthy tone of the 5-liter power plant. It's not the loudest system, so going to my Wake the Neighbors scale, 3 out of 5, middle of the road system here in regards to overall tone or volume. It's not gonna blow your socks off, but at the same time, it's not gonna drive you crazy a year or two after you installed the system. Inside the truck, you hear it a little bit, but with the dual split rear exit systems, it's been my experience that you don't hear them as much as the side exit systems simply due to the configuration. Now that 5-liter tone is going to be shaped by Gibson's Superflow Sft Muffler here. It is unique to the brand, does feature a combination of both baffles and chambers, and it is going to help keep the sound levels in check as we just talked about. Now this thing does help increase volume efficiency according to the guys at Gibson. This is just going to help keep flow moving, increasing your exhaust velocity, helping performance a little bit. This also does not feature any packing, guys, and what that can do is burn out or blow out over the years, changing the sound of your exhaust system. But let's switch our focus over to the construction and materials here with this Gibson system, and keep in mind this is one of Gibson's more affordable catback options for your newer F150, but at the same time, the level of construction really isn't going to suffer. If anything, you're just not looking at the most premium of materials. Aluminized steel here, a very common material in the more budget-friendly or entry-level catbacks, and one that might not be as good as the full stainless versions when it comes to reducing corrosion. So just be mindful of that. If your truck does see a lot of road salt during the winter months, you might want to consider checking out the full stainless option of the same exact catback. We do have it here on the site. It's only going to cost you about $100 more than this option that we have here. Along with that aluminized steel construction, you're looking at 3-inch tubing basically coming off the cat here, leading into the Gibson SuperFlow Muffler before stepping down into 2.5-inch mandrel bent tubing, all exiting out the 4-inch tips with the rolled edge here, brightly polished out of the back of the truck. Again, this is the dual split rear exit system. Really important to point out, guys, these guys are actually made from 304 grade stainless steel, which is important because this is what you're going to be seeing the most, not all of this stuff. This is all going to live under the truck, so even if you do get a little surface corrosion over time, who cares, right? It's under your truck, you never see it. These, on the other hand, 304 grade stainless steel, the best material when it comes to reducing corrosion. They are polished to a bright shine, and they are gonna look good for years to come. But let's get into the installation with the Gibson, and because these guys designed this thing to fit Super Crew F150s with a 5.5-foot box, you don't have to get crazy with this install. No cutting, no permanent modification, 100% bolt-on job, so 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Maybe an hour or two is what we call solid catback install with these trucks before you're making some noise in the garage or shop. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that the dual split exit systems can sometimes be a little bit more tricky because obviously you're dealing with a little bit more material. There are extra hangers to factor in as well, all of which Gibson throws in, of course, but it's just something to consider when it comes time to the installation process. Drop that factory system out of the way first. It is one piece, it can be a little tricky, so just get a buddy to help you with that. Hang the new Gibson starting from front to back. Save your final tighten up to the very end, and that is important with the dual rear exit system because you want to make sure those tips are nice and even. Tighten everything up and you should be good to go. Wrapping things up, I enjoy this Gibson system for a few reasons, and here you go. First and foremost, it does a great job of highlighting the already strong tone of the Coyote engine, but without being over the top or without pissing off your neighbors in the process. Secondly, it's a very solid build, but for a rock bottom price. And last but not least, that dual split rear exit configuration should be standard issue, in my opinion, on every American-made big V8 powered truck there is. So that is my review of the Gibson aluminized steel system, which you can find right here at AmericanMuscle.com.